What's up, everyone? I am back again for another Film Friday. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This is Curtis's Corner. Every Monday is a Makeup Monday. Every Friday is a Film Friday. Sometimes it's TV shows, like today's episode is a TV episode. If you want to check any of my videos out, you can click up here so that way you can check it out. This is my playlist for my Makeup Mondays. You can also check out my playlist for my Trailer Tuesdays, which go up every second Tuesday, and my playlist for every other Film Friday. I will eventually be starting a brand new series on this channel. I think those are going to be far and few in between because I feel like there's going to be a lot of editing involved in those. So stay tuned in the future for those. However, we are going to jump in and review the highly anticipated follow-up TV show to the wonderful movie which I reviewed in the past, Love, Victor. So let's jump in. Be sure to watch Love, Simon before watching this review because there's going to be a big spoiler about the ending of Love, Simon in this review. So if you haven't seen Love, Simon and you want to watch this review, watch Love, Simon, watch my Love, Simon review, come back to this one and watch this review. Then you can go on and watch Love, Victor. I got some things to say. If you haven't seen Love, Victor, I'm not going to give you any spoilers. You saw from my Trailer Tuesday reaction, I was already really excited. And it's my excitement held up for the entirety of the show. It's only 10 episodes long. Each episode is a half an hour long. It is a really, really good TV series. They only have one season right now. I'm hoping that they come out with a season 2. Come out, pun unintended. Because they do leave on a cliffhanger. So I'm hoping that they do come out with a season 2. However, that being said, the characters in it, there were only a couple main characters that I actually enjoyed. Victor being one, played by Michael Cimino. He, I thought, did a fantastic job. He was in Annabelle Comes Home as a character called Bob and dubbed the name Bob's Got Balls. They kind of actually, I think, in a way, slightly point nod kind of to this in this series as well, because there's a character called Lonestone and there's just basically a nickname he got, and he explains in the series how he got this nickname. There's like a line later on in the series which kind of like references, in a way, at least to me, it kind of referenced Annabelle Comes Home with the got balls part. That being said, so Felix, played by Anthony Turpel, is, hopefully I'm saying that right, is wonderful. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed him as a character. I thought he did a really good job as this character, Felix. There was a lot of growth and depth with this character, and he was kind of like the weird friend, but you could trust in him, you could believe in him, you could go to him, and he was just so nice and caring, and I loved that about this character. Michael Cimino's depiction of Victor, also really, really good. He was always kind of like, as his mom calls him, the Rock. He's basically the foundation for every friend or family member in the entire series, and I thought it was such a unique take on a character, and he did such a really good job in this role. There were a couple characters, some that you're actually meant to not like, and they try and do kind of like a story arc where you kind of do start to care about them. For me personally, I didn't. Rachel Hilson played a character called Mia Brooks, and she wasn't a bad character. She's not a bad actress. I thought she did a fantastic job in her role that she was given, but I wasn't a huge fan of the character. There were some redeeming qualities of this character, absolutely 100%, and I actually sympathized with her and actually liked the character sometimes. But there were points and things that she did in the series where just like, okay, really? Can you just like give it up? Or like give this person a break? Like, it was just, when you watch it, you'll understand where I'm kind of coming from this, because it's just, it almost seemed unnecessary at times what the character's actions was doing. As for her friend Lake, who's played by BB Wood, again, they show why she is the way she is later on in the series, but it's almost like it's too late. Like, you've already kind of not really enjoyed this character, and then you're trying to twist it to be like, well, she's this way because of this reason. It's like, okay, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. But it's a little too late. You've already pushed this character in this way for so long. Had you have maybe brought this in a bit earlier, there could have been more of a redeeming quality. Maybe if they do a season 2, she'll have a better fleshed out history of this character and we can actually see more growth from her. But that's just, again, my take. The final character, which I really hate probably the most in the entire series, is Andrew, played by Mason Gooding. One, he doesn't look 16. How old is he? I'm looking this up right now. So he's 24 years old. He looks like he's 24. He doesn't look like he's a 16-year-old kid in this show, unfortunately. He, again, in his role, he is doing a great job as the character he's portraying. But that character is not a nice person. They try to give him redeeming qualities and nice characteristics here and there throughout the series, but it just doesn't work, I think, for this character. And there's no real reason. They didn't explore this character to say why he's like this, and it's just, he's just a bad character, I think. I think he's probably the downfall of the series, if I had to really choose one. Otherwise, it's a really, really good series. George Sear, who plays Benji, fantastic character. I really, really enjoyed this character. I thought he did a fantastic job. So in the trailer, you see that Victor, played by Michael Cimino, is staring at Benji in like the coffee shop, and he's doing this whole like, I'm in love with you type googly, what is it called? He's giving him the eyes, basically, as he's learning how to brew coffee and steam milk and all of that. And to me, they don't really seem like a pairing, but like they just seem, it almost looks like Benji is a bit older. And I know that's because Michael Cimino has literally a baby face. But I don't know. I just think that the characters, as much as they have a great chemistry on set and everything, and you can actually see the chemistry when they interact with each other within the series, I don't know, it doesn't seem right for them. I could see kind of like Victor going after somebody else. Like, yeah, you can have the hots for this guy because he's, you know, pretty and muscular and he wears tight shirts and so on and so forth, but it's like, I don't see him pursuing him to try and date him. I see him kind of going after somebody else. That's me. That's what I see. Feel free to disagree, obviously. On top of this inner struggle for Victor to figure out if he's straight, gay, bi, pansexual, whatever, he is also dealing with things happening in his friendship life, and he's not being bullied, but it's like he's afraid to figure out what he likes, who he is as a person. And on top of that, he's also dealing with issues happening in his family at the same time. So it's very relatable to a lot of people. Whereas in Love, Simon, there wasn't really a lot of anything. Like, Simon was going through bullying in school, but he didn't have any home distress. Whereas here, it's kind of the opposite. He doesn't have a lot of the bullying. There's some here and there, but it's not a whole lot to really impact him because he, as I said before, he is such a grounded and strong character that he doesn't let it affect him and play into any weaknesses that he may have or is trying to hide, per se. Whereas his family life is really taking a toll on him, and throughout the entire series, he is messaging with Simon, and as you saw in the trailer, that Kenan Lonsdale's character of Bram shows up in the show, which is another point that I want to talk about. This will be slightly spoilery, but like, I'm not giving away the plot of the episode. The only thing I'm going to say about this is there is such a drastic change between how he was depicted in Love, Simon than how he is in Love, Victor. In Love, Simon, he was very much, I'm the straight guy, I don't do anything with other guys, like, I'm not into that. And then, at the end of Love, Simon, you have Bram, who finally joins Simon, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm blue, I'm the one you've been messaging this whole time, and I've been messaging you, so on and so forth, I like you, so on and so forth, whatever. And they kiss, and everything's all happy, and they're very much like, sup. Like, not sup, but like, they're kind of getting each other out of their comfort zones of being I'm the straight guy persona. But then in Love, Victor, because it's a few years set into the future, it's almost like they've really amped up how gay he really is. And I think that's also on the part of Keenan himself giving this character that extra role. It's not a bad thing. It's just very jarring because it's such a contrast between the two depictions of him from the movie to the TV show. When I saw him, I was going in expecting him kind of still to be relatively the same as how he was depicted in the movie. And when he was very much more flamboyant in that sense, I was like, oh, this is like a new version of him. And not to say that he's like a new version, but it's more, he's come to terms with his sexuality and he has just grown to accept who he is and just live freely and be authentically himself, which is great. I mean, as a member of the LGBTQ community myself, I am literally the exact same way. I was always, whether people believed it or not, I was the straight person all throughout high school and, even afterwards when I did come out, I was very much like, I only want to wear these types of clothing. I only want to style my hair this way. I want to do this with my personality, so on and so forth. And now I'm being more open and free with color choices and clearly colors of hair. And like, I got makeup and everything now. Not that I wear makeup out everywhere, but I'm comfortable doing that and admitting that I enjoy these things. So I can see how it was like the growth. I could see the growth going there, but I couldn't. It was just, I was just taken aback a little bit just with how much of a drastic change he was comparatively between the film and the TV show. But like I said, phenomenal TV show. I cried once, teared up a second time, and probably would have cried a third time if it didn't end on a cliffhanger. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Otherwise, do go watch it. It is all out right now on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, stream it right away. Watch it. It will take you literally 5 hours to watch. You will not regret it. It is such a good movie. No, it is such a good TV show. And I really want there to be a season 2 because I need to know what happens. So with that being said, I'm giving this show a 9 out of 10. Hopefully you enjoyed my review. If you did, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I put out new videos every single week, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when I put out a brand new video. I will see you on Monday for a brand new Makeup Monday. Bye, friendships.